Welcome to the Bartenders Anonymous podcast. I have been procrastinating using this software for a very long time, and so I'm just going to do a little practice round here. I've been recording on my phone way too much and gotten away from actually using my fucking studio, and so here I am in the studio, and it feels awkward as fuck. But that's why this is a practice round. So this could be episode 1. Could be episode fucking 19. Bartenders Anonymous podcast has gone nowhere. And that's fine. That's fine because I'm still learning a lot of shit. And I'm too scared to put anything out on YouTube before I'm more confident. So these practice rounds really do help me be more confident and learn how to use my microphones and recording software and whatnot, and have my levels set right so that it doesn't sound like shit when I actually mix it down and put it out to the universe. So that being said, this is the Bartenders Anonymous podcast. I would like to do it with guests, but you don't always have somebody just hanging around that's willing to put their life on the line. Not their literal life, but, their social life. To record some stupid podcast to put onto the internet and have people judge you immediately. So I'm doing some by myself. And, it's way easier to just do it while you're driving to work. Because for me, I have like 25 minutes on my drive to work. And so I can just kind of spitball and talk about whatever's going through my head at the moment and not be overthinking it and, be judging myself. So when I'm doing this, it's a lot more, I don't know. It does not forced, but it just seems strange and uncomfortable. And I just feel like a dipshit with a microphone. And, I don't know, my thoughts just seem like they don't flow as well. But I think it's also because I'm not used to it and I haven't practiced as much, so that's where the beers usually come into play, because it's like, hey, I have a couple of beers and then who gives a fuck. But I have to learn to face things without 3 beers. I know that seems silly to say out loud, but, 3 beers kind of helps numb whatever anxiety you have going on about a situation. So, sober living, by golly, in this moment, opposed to the 3 beers and nicotine. 3 beers and nicotine, I'll say some wild shit on here, so deliberate, that's the word I was looking for earlier. This, when I have the microphone and stuff, it feels way more deliberate and like focused, where if I'm driving, then I'm kind of thinking about something else, or I'm talking, but I'm focused on something else, and I don't know. It just helps with the stream of consciousness. So to sit here and stare at my recording software and talk into a microphone is it feels pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie, but this is what I've been wanting to do. So here it is. This could be episode 1. It could be just another fucking recording that I just save on my computer and never listen to it ever again. But I think I will listen to it. So I might treat this more like memos, because that's how I've been treating my phone. Well, that's what I've been using, is the voice memos. And then I can go back and listen to it and think about what I said and how it sounds and whatever. Something I can work on. So let's see, where are we at right now? Bars. Ugh. See, this software I originally had set up for music, and so, oh, here we go, seconds. It's set in bars, and I just switched it to seconds or minutes or whatever. But yeah, when you do a podcast, I don't think you're organizing it in bars. I don't know, maybe you are, because I'm not a professional, but it would seem you just go, how many minutes is that? Okay, 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, there might be some dead space in this one. But I was going to try and just kind of here in the dojo, just get 20 minutes recorded of me speaking into the microphone just so I have something to go off of and compare it to the phone notes. So this might not be that interesting to somebody if I posted it, but it's more for me. So trying to start a podcast has been very annoying and terrifying. And you rethink it and you go, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. I'll just fucking do something else. But I don't know what the fuck else I'm doing. You can only bartend for so long before you go, what the fuck? But that's all I know how to do is food industry. So, you talk to your friends about food industry and it's so easy. And you go, wow, I wonder if this is interesting to somebody. Anytime I hear them talk about food industry on a podcast, I get excited because I'm like, oh, that's like what I do. And usually it's, I don't know. I'm like, wrong. But then it's like, okay, well, what do you have to say, buddy? So I'm trying to break into the atmosphere of discussing the food industry. And I don't know. It's a good outlet. I feel like it's good therapy because we all vent to each other. My biggest fear, though, is that I'll say some shit and somehow it'll get around to my bosses or whatever and I'll get fired. But I have kind of approached the giving a fuck less about getting fired because I'm realizing that it's like, okay, well, there are other jobs out there. It's like, yeah, it's a good job, but it's also a lot of politics and fucking bullshit. So it's hard to think that I'm just gonna work there for the next fucking 30 years and not do anything else. So hang on, I'm fucking with my headphones. Fucking dumbass. So, generally, that is why the podcast is the Bartenders Anonymous podcast, which I just thought was funny to be like, Alcoholics Anonymous, Bartenders Anonymous, because we're alcoholics. Yeah, it's a fun play on words. But more importantly, it's anonymous so that nobody at work goes, hey, heard your podcast. And then that spreads around. Or heard you're doing a podcast. And then that spreads around. Supervisors look it up and fucking tear into me or whatever. Probably not going to happen, but I've seen people get fired for fucking Facebook posts. It's like that petty. So, it's like the whole keep my name out your mouth kind of thing. And I'll respect that. But I need to have my outlet of creative freedom and be able to do what the fuck I want. With limitations, unfortunately. And that's just how the world works, whatever amendment, freedom of speech. I'm not very well versed in amendments, but yeah, you can say whatever you want, but then, you have to deal with the consequences. So within reason, I am going to come on here and fucking talk about whatever I want to talk about. It could just be a fucking diary log, and that's fine too, but I just like podcasts, and I always have found them interesting, and I think that I could do it, It's like a pretty easy thing to do. I talk to people fucking 8 hours a day, and it's fucking exhausting, yeah. But, when you're talking to your homies or whatever, it's like effortless and easy and fun, and you kind of get a little volley going where you're, oh, what about this, or what do you think about this, and they go, blah, 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 and you kind of feed off of each other, and I've always kind of liked that. So it is weird to do it by myself, but also I think I have to be able to do it by myself because if I want to do this as my little project, I have to be good at it and be able to keep it going. So yeah, stream of consciousness, whatever, but be able to focus my thoughts and have a legitimate conversation that would be entertaining or, I don't know, just make sense to where somebody go, oh yeah, this is what I think of that, or this is what I would say to that, or sorry, I have some fucking allergies going on. When you wake up at some point in the season and you fucking hack some nasty shit and it's just like a chunk of yellow. Yeah, that's what I've had the past couple days. So you always feel so much better after you hack that shit up, though. So I welcome it. It's almost worth it being there for the feeling of after you get rid of the chunk in your throat. That's pretty gross. But whatever. That's, you can talk about whatever on the podcast. Phlegm. It's good topic. So yeah, let's see. We're at 10 minutes here. See, that's not that hard. 10 minutes. Boom. I've just been trying to avoid the dead spaces because I'm sitting here looking at my audio levels and trying to keep it rolling. Because, when you don't have somebody to bounce off of and you're just the only one talking, it's like, all right, how long can you keep it up? How long can you just fucking yap? And that's why we're here. We're in the dojo. This is my little dojo. And I have to get comfortable at just fucking talking to nothing. So, that being said, I'll probably tell a little bit about my life and try and keep it to a minimum because, we all got our personal shit that we're dealing with and whatnot, but I want to put my voice out there. So I am the host of the Bartenders Anonymous podcast. This is my baby that I've probably told too many people about. And then they go, hey, what's going on with the podcast? I go, I have not done shit. So that's another lesson that you got to learn where it's like, don't fucking tell people about your shit. Just fucking do it in the dark and dwell on it until you're good at it and, then let it speak for itself. So I need to shut the fuck up about doing the podcast and just do the podcast. Now I'm sizzling. But I'm learning. I'm in my early 30s. I've gotten myself into all kinds of shenanigans. To me, it's been quite the ride. To other people, they might be going, well, your fucking life's boring. But, to me, it's been quite stressful and a roller coaster of emotions and situations I've put myself in. And living the life of a bartender, it just is kind of fucking exhausting because you're like this ghetto rock star. No, I mean, I'm not going to say rock star, but you think you're a rock star, like just fucking doing whatever you want and going out and drinking and fucking life's a party and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, oh, yeah, you're still fucking lower middle class, homie. Chill out. So, being humble, you gotta stay that way. And, you can't just fucking go out and party every week and drink and gamble and expect to progress in life. So, I've had to learn some harsh lessons, and so now here I am. I'm going to be 32 this summer, and I'm just trying to get my shit together and figure out what direction I want to go, because bartending's been very good to me, and it's given me everything that I have. Fucking got me out of McDonald's, with no college education. It's like, well, what are you going to do? You going to go fucking construction or food service, kind of, or go learn a trade or something? And I don't want to work outside. So I fucking, food industry is there for you. You just have to give away little bits of your soul to deal with people. And people, they're fine for the most part. People are fine. It's just draining to look at them in the face and smile and fucking be their servant for 20 minutes at a time or however long. And sorry, the phlegm. It's not for everybody. And we're out there. Food service homies are out there. They know what it's like. And to the people that don't know what it's like, I've said this on previous podcasts that I've recorded and not released, but it's like this podcast should be an insight to those who are not in the food industry, and then also to the food industry. It's like someone that can relate. And so, I don't know, you might find some entertainment out of this, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to end up talking about, but step one is going to have to be just recording the stupid fucking podcast and getting it rolling. And then, if there's like comments in the videos or whatever, I'm not going to put up a video. That would defeat the purpose of Bartenders Anonymous. But I'm going to throw it up on YouTube, and if and when people start listening to it, you fucking throw some comments in there. Be like, well, what do you guys even want to talk about? Because I've got all my stupid ideas in my little notebook, because I'm an artiste, and I want to get my ideas out there, but it's like, some of them are duds, and so you kind of need to get feedback from the public. So that's why I'm practicing the podcast right now and try and record something that's not, that's safe, that's not gonna be, what do you call it? What do you call when the people get canceled? And, I'm a fucking idiot. I can't think of the word. See, that's bad. That's why I need some alpha brain. I gotta need that Joe Rogan shit. Help with my memory. But anyways, did not offend somebody on the first episode. So we'll get to that. We'll offend people eventually, but for my own headspace, I need to just record something that's kind of safe, get an idea what the podcast is going to be, and something I would be comfortable releasing on YouTube. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So if I can just get to my 20-minute mark and just feel okay about episode 1, then that would be great. I would love for that to happen right now. I would like this to be episode 1. And I don't say anything weird. I just need to release something. Quit being a pussy. And, find out what people want to talk about. So if I can get an episode out there, get a comment or two, what do you motherfuckers want to talk about? Yeah. I don't know. That being said, I'm getting close to the 20-minute mark. I'll probably try and keep these short because I start running out of brain juice real quick unless I have somebody to bounce off of. Or I'm in my car and I'm distracted, and then it's easier to talk for fucking an hour. But, yeah, Bartenders Anonymous Podcast. The Bartenders Anonymous Podcast. The BAP. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We'll work on it. But for now, this could be episode 1. I'll re-listen to it, see if it's how fucking stupid it is. But regardless, I need to end up releasing something eventually just to get this ball rolling. Sorry, I'm still learning how to use my microphone. So yeah. Guests, customers, whatever, other employees, food runners, servers, bartenders, managers, they all keep the ship afloat, so they're all part of the industry. Which I fucking hate that, calling it the industry, but that's what we in the industry. And there's a lot of motherfuckers in the industry, and they all probably think that they're the fucking smartest one and the best one, or a lot of them anyways. But we all have our different attributes and strengths and weaknesses, so whatever that may be, I don't know. This is all I know. It's all I've been doing the past fucking, if you count McDonald's, like 15 years. So, I've been bartending like 7, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. I think 7 years of bartending, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know it all. I'm not ever going to say I know it all because I'm not a fucking mixologist. But I've just dealt with my share of the bullshit, and I think I'm well versed enough to talk about it. And if I have another bartender in the room, then I'll fucking yap with them all day about whatever stupid shit that bartenders talk about. So, that being said, this will be the Bartenders Anonymous Podcast. Hopefully this is episode 1. I need to listen back to it, see if it's worth putting out, and see if I can get like fucking 2 comments, and see if somebody can be like, talk about pina coladas, or fucking, how do you make an old fashioned? I don't know. What fucking whatever people would want to hear or talk about or get my opinions on. So I'm gonna shut this shit down right meow. But this is the Bartenders Anonymous Podcast. Did I mention that? Yeah, I think we're good. I need to learn how to end these too. So that's another thing that I'll work on. So, all right, good work, buddy. You recorded 20 minutes. I'm so proud of you. All right, just end it. How? I don't know. Just press stop. All right. Fuck off.